Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 9 minutes after 9 o'clock. Nice looking Monday morning, and we've got talent coming out of our ears in Marion County, and it takes all kind of forms. There are singers, there are artists, there are filmmakers, and well, there's only a few of them actually, and one of them is in the studio right now. Jeffrey Lamb has been with us before, and he's got a new movie out. It is called Save the Gator Queen, and it is premiering. Let's see, what's my notes here say? He's going to tell. He'll tell us when. Filmed in Lake County and in Marion County. Bring the whole family. You might know some people in the film. I think we know a few people in the film, don't we, Robin?
Yeah, we do.
There we are. There you go. Okay, good. And Jeffrey and Sherry Lamb produced and direct these movies, write them. I think Jeffrey wrote all of this one himself. The last one was the Livingston House. Was it the old Livingston House? The old Livingston House.
Yep.
Come on, Jeffrey. How you doing?
Good to see you guys again.
So how much time passed since the last? How long time passed between the first movie and this one? The Livingston House was the first movie, right?
Year and a half, maybe. Year and a half. Yeah.
That's huge.
Old Livingston House was our first movie.
Yeah.
And we did real well with it as far as we got in a few film festivals. Won Best Film at the Melbourne Film Festival, and we've got some good feedback on getting it distributed, but boy, they sure move slow.
Yeah. Have you always been a storyteller? We've spoken to you before about your filmmaking, but we never talked about your childhood. When you were little, were you writing little stories or just telling little stories? Or?
I was probably telling them. I've always had a weird sense of humor, and that's kind of what got this whole thing rolling. It's my weird sense of humor, and I was the class clown, so to speak, in grade school and high school.
Yeah. And you're kind of a self-made guy in a way, because you took it upon yourself to write some novels. That's how we first knew you, was as a novelist.
Right.
Most of the time when we speak to novelists, that's what they remain.
Right.
And you took it a step further. Right. Well, you took it the step that a lot of those novelists hope somebody else will. A lot of those novelists will say, you know what, I hope somebody, like if we say, do you think Hollywood will make this into a movie? And they say, well, from your lips to God's ears, which means somebody else will make it into a movie. In your case, you said, you know what, I'm going to make it into a movie.
No, I said the same thing they said, but nobody listened, so then I did it myself.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, so that's the difference then. The fact that you said it and then, but you waited a little while, and then you said, okay, Hollywood's not. Well, you didn't wait very long.
Right.
What, a year maybe?
What happened was we were at a craft show, and a young man in his early 20s stopped by and said he had just graduated film school and was looking for something to make a film out of. So I said, I've got a great idea. Let's do one of my books. So I gave him a copy of the old Livingston House. I said, but wait a minute, you're a young kid. I'm just how are we going to make a movie? They cost millions and millions of dollars.
Right.
And he explained to me, he said, not anymore. There's new equipment, new technology. You can do it, for a few thousand. So I gave him my book, and I said, well, give me a call, read the book, see what you think, and we'll do this. And I went home and started researching what he was telling me about the cameras and how to set up shots, and he never called, but by then I was already, yeah, we can do this, yeah, we can do this, yeah. And so I started buying cameras and having my wife run around, and I was setting up shots. We went out in the backyard at night and tried to, how to light a night shot, and the neighbors probably thought we were crazy because we had all kind of lights hanging in the trees and turn them up, turn them down, to do this, do that. But started doing it ourselves, and I think we do a good job at it. I'm real proud of both of our movies.
Yeah, but see, you brought something very important to the forefront. So many people think they have to depend on other people to make themselves successful or to bring things out in the open, but it's not true. I mean, if you have a passion for something, you are really demonstrating you have to do it yourself.
Well, if there's something that can be done and somebody else can do it, there's no reason why you can't learn that yourself. And
Right.
I guess that's one way.
Well,
Right,
good
exactly.
For you. Now, did you do anything different with Save the Gator Queen that was a result of what you learned from the old Livingston house?
Not really. It was pretty much, this had seemed to flow a lot easier because it seemed like we kind of knew what we were doing. I had some problem with crew. I had a little bit more crew on the first movie, and I was really wanting to have more on the second, but
Really?
It kind of fell apart. So we actually had a smaller crew on the second film. So if anybody's out there that wants to help out with the third one, we'd love to hear from you.
Now there was
Wow.
one problem we saw at the screening that I wondered if that was something that you had any control over. When you showed the movie Old Livingston House downtown, like if you watch it on TV, it's perfect.
Right.
But there was something about the screen itself that caused some areas to kind of look like reversed image or like negative.
It's called blown out. It's too bright. When that usually happens, the cameras we were using, they're not the big movie cameras. They're called a prosumer camera. They're kind of in between a professional and a consumer camera. And anytime you shoot, or the main problem I find is if I'm inside and there's a window behind them, or there's like as we're sitting in the studio here, if I shot the two of you with a window behind you, the window causes issues because you're set up to shoot interior, but obviously there's a lot of exterior.
But why does it look okay on a TV?
I believe it's just because you're blowing the image up so much bigger.
Okay.
And once again, like I said, it's the cameras, the way the cameras.
Well, I think it just made it a little spookier, maybe.
There is some issues with the type of equipment we're using when it is on a large screen. We did a showing of the movie just for the cast. The cast is the only ones that have seen this new movie, and we did it in a little auditorium that it wasn't completely dark. And so on the screen when we did our night scenes, it was not really funny. It was kind of heartbreaking. But when we did the night scenes, the screen was completely blank, and it was just a matter because there was too much light in the room. And once again, using the lower budget cameras, it just doesn't project as well.
Oh my gosh!
At certain points, though, we played part of the movie at the theater just the other day. Carmen, the owner of the Marion Theater, let us in to watch a few minutes of it. It looked beautiful.
Oh, good.
But once again, we probably will get to a couple of scenes where it's not perfect.
So how exciting? I remember having this conversation with you with the first movie. How exciting is it a second time around to have it in the theater? I mean, the Marion Theater.
It's unbelievable. I can't believe it.
That's in other words, just as exciting as the first one?
Oh, yeah. Actually, maybe even more so, because now I think we know what we're doing. We know a little more what to expect. We have 3 showings this time instead of just 1 showing. And we really tried to stress getting the word out, and I've got a lot of people saying they're coming.
Right.
We've got a real cool event at the 145. We've hooked up with a couple of sponsors that are going to bring some of the actors in classic cars, and then the Harley Davidson WOCA are going to bring some of the actors in on Harley Davidson motorcycles again. But instead of having the limo and the Harleys, we're going to have classic cars, and the Harley Davidsons bring the actors in.
Oh, how cool.
So that right there is worth the $8 ticket itself. And another thing I wanted to ask you, is Hank Whittier your brother, or?
Hank's last name is Whittier.
Whittier?
So he's not my brother. Yeah. He's a good friend.
Okay. Well, we've talked with him because in the movie we do have a World War II veteran that has a very small part. And we've talked to him. I believe he just turned 90, so it's day by day on how he feels. But we're hoping he'll be there. And if he is, Hank is going to set up possibly a military vehicle to bring him in first.
Oh, nice.
So get there early, and hopefully he'll be feeling up to par.
Oh, nice.
And so we'll have the military vehicle, then we'll have the muscle cars, and then we'll have the Harley Davidsons, and then we'll show the movie.
Jeffrey, do you make trailers that show like the movies that are on in that theater right now after the movie, well, before the movie starts? You know how they show all those trailers of upcoming movies. Do you submit a trailer also for yours?
No, I haven't. Oh, I do have a trailer. I put together a trailer. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
If anybody wants to see the trailer on YouTube, just go to YouTube and put in Save the Gator Queen. We do have a trailer there so that you can see what you're getting into. We did this year, before the movie, we sold sponsorship on the beginning of the movie. So I went out and shot a few little commercials and stuff like that. So that helps us to pay for the theater. And we got Harley Davidson WOCA again. Bernie's Classic Cars and Ocala Zip Lines. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but what a great place that is.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that existed. But that's
Did you
really
film
cool.
there? Did you film?
I didn't. They already had a commercial, so I'm.
Okay.
I got their commercial. We're gonna play that at the beginning of the movie. So there's a couple other local businesses that'll be on the little.
WOCA could be mentioned.
What's that?
Are we going to be mentioned for, we help promote it?
Yeah, I'll mention you personally. We had your coffee cup in the first one, remember?
I do remember that, yes. I do remember that. All right, so the red carpet event is on the 24th, and you're showing it, 3 times?
Right. The red carpet is the first showing, which is at 1:45.
Uh-huh.
And then afterwards, there's going to be an autograph session like we did last year. So the actors will probably still be hanging around. So if you come to the second showing, which is at 4:30, you can probably still get autographs before the movie. And then there's another showing at 7 o'clock. Oh, and I also have tickets if you want to give away a couple pair of tickets.
All right.
That'd be nice.
For the 4:30 or for the 7 o'clock, I'd be happy to give away tickets if anyone wants to know.
And you also have in your flyer that within arm's reach is going to be performing the band?
We've had a little. They were going to, but that fell through.
Oh, okay.
So, but they do have any of the Within Arm Reach fans, which is a local band, real cool couple guys. They do have a song in the movie, so that's why we tied in with them.
Yeah, they were in our studio.
Right. I saw the picture. Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of the movie, just because their music is so cool. They got a really cool sound.
Nice.
And
what you're doing really is wonderful for all of the actors, especially the younger actors, because you're really instilling in them that they can move forward with their passion, with their art.
Right. It's been a lot of fun finding them and all. And one of them, she has just finished a play at the Ocala Civic Theater, Emily Stanger, and I believe she's kind of moved into theater a little more because after doing our movie, I know we had met her for the first movie, and we gave her a little small part in the first movie, but she has a large part in this movie. And now she just finished a play up at the Ocala Civic Theater, and I think she's doing some more up there at the Civic
wonderful.
Theater.
Now it says on the flyer, it's a family adventure comedy. So you got those 3 areas. That's a pretty big area. What has this one like the first one? You took it through a couple of different competitions. Is the same thing happening with this one?
We are beginning to do that. It's a slow process. You have to enter, and then they let you know. And so we are doing some film festivals and hoping to get into some film festivals.
Save the Gator Queen is what it's called now. So give us a little thumbnail sketch of the story. What happens in this movie? It's
a couple kids. They're about 13. They're spending the summer with their grandparents out in the Ocala Forest area. There's a large developer that wants to mow down the little mobile home park where they live and build a big golf course community. There's a local girl who was the past Gator Queen. She has concocted a story that there is turkey frogs in the area, so they can't build there because they'll kill off the endangered turkey frogs. So the bad guys kidnap her little sister, who is the current Gator Queen, to get her to recant her story, and the 2 main characters, the young kids, kind of stumble up on her, and it's got a lot of twists and turns. There's a couple bad guys in there, bumbling, fumbling, goofball, type guys. And if you come see the movie, there's a good chance you'll recognize. If you don't recognize some of the actors, you might recognize some of the locations.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because
That is always fun. It always is fun when you know that a movie has been made in an area you're familiar with,
right.
and you go happen to check out the movie, and even more so if you know the people.
Right.
But I mean, bottom line is most people go to a movie for the story.
Right.
So the story is and the experience, I guess, the vicarious experience that somebody else is having. The storyline of the endangered species frog.
Turkey frog.
What's it called again?
Turkey frog.
The turkey frog. That's right. Was that a challenge for you? Or maybe a better way to ask this question. In writing a book, you put it in words. Now you have to transpose that into images. So did you have to create a turkey frog? Did you have to create something that's easier in words than it is in pictures?
The easiest way to come up with a goofy animal, I thought, was to think of the two goofiest animals you could think of and smash them together. So it was a turkey duck at first, but because ducks are funny, but I didn't want two birds. So I came up with turkey frog, and that's just.
But I mean, is it visual? Is there a turkey frog in the film?
You see one in there?
There is not a real turkey frog. There is a costume.
A costume
that one of the characters wear that represents the turkey frog.
Or for the parade.
But you really never actually know if the turkey frog is real or not. That's up to the reader or the movie watcher to decide.
Right.
When you write these series of books that you have, you are writing for the young readers, and you're instilling in their hearts that there is joy in reading, because they can make it visual in their mind, and then you actually take your stories and put it on the big screen, and then they can come in and see if what their depiction is yours.
Yeah, it was funny. I forget which one it was, but one of my nephews was on the old Livingston house, was talking about, I forget which character it was, but he says, I had no idea that character was supposed to look like that.
Oh, wow.
I was like, well, it actually wasn't, but that's the best actor I could find.
Well, and that happens a lot. I mean, how many kids read Harry Potter before they saw that actor who played Harry Potter? Now,
like in this movie, the two bad guys, what I pictured was kind of a short, chubby guy and a big, tall, lanky Ichabod Crane-looking character. But what I ended up with was two chubby guys, and one of them has long red hair. But and it turned out great. It turned out really, really good, and they really, at times they steal the show, the two bad guys, because they acted so well together, because they became friends.
Oh, really?
They just formed a good relationship right off the bat, and they played off each other real well.
Name some of the people you worked with, some of the stars. Who's the? Is there a star in the movie? Do you name one person as the star? Or?
Jeffrey Lamb. Yeah.
Jeffrey Lamb is the star. Are you in it? Are you in it? Do you make
a
cameo?
I
have a small part.
What do you do?
I play man in yard.
Oh.
And is Sherry in the movie?
Yeah, she is. I forget her character, but after you see this movie, you will remember my wife forever.
Oh, wow.
She has a very small part, but it's very funny.
Funny.
Oh, nice. You have written how many books now for young readers?
I have 3 for young readers, and I have one that's a little more designed for adults. I actually have 2 that are a little for the older crowd, but one of them I just haven't got published because I've been so busy with the movies.
And earlier in our conversation, you alluded to the fact that you might be working on a 3rd film. Is that going to be the 3rd book for young readers?
No, we are going to go a completely different way, and I'm going to write a script from scratch, because the first 2 have been based on my novels. And so if any expiring actors are out there that would be interested in doing a movie, come to the showing Sunday and look me up, because we will be looking for more talent. But I do have an idea of a couple of kids that are making a zombie movie, so it'll be a movie about kids making a movie, and we're going to need all ages, and but I've got some real fun ideas to do a third one. And after this showing Sunday, we've been concentrating all our efforts on getting the word out and promoting this movie, but I am going to crack down on the script right after this showing and hopefully get started in the next few months.
All right.
Wonderful.
On the third
So
movie.
mark the date. It's February 24th.
It's next Sunday.
Next
Sunday.
Next Sunday. All right. 1:45 for the red carpet event. You can also see the movie at 4:30 and 7 at the Marion Twin Theater, right there on Magnolia Avenue. Everybody knows where that is. The movie is filmed here in Marion and in Lake County. Bring the whole family. It's a family adventure comedy. It's called Save the Gator Queen, and you've got some tickets you want to give away?
Sure, I've got tickets for the 4:30 or the 7 o'clock, and like I said, you can see the trailer on YouTube. You can also follow along on Facebook. We have a Facebook page for Save the Gator Queen also.
Jeffrey, you're an inspiration to all of us. Tell Sherry we said hi and good luck with what you're doing here, and thank you for coming in today.
I appreciate y'all having me in. I hope to see you by Sunday.
We will take a little break, and we've got a new show coming up. It's called Horse Capital News. We don't know anything about it, so we're going to learn together, Robin. We'll take a little break and be right back with that show.
If you add 0 plus 0 plus 0, it adds up to what? 0. For a limited time, you can drive a new 2013 Ford Fiesta, Focus, Fusion, Edge, Escape, or Explorer with 0 down, 0 do-it signing, and 0 first